Hey, what's up, guys? Rip here. So today we're going to be talking about Marvel's upcoming release of Captain America: Brave New World. This is a film that's mired in both controversy as well as apathy, and right now they don't need any negative PR, but unfortunately that's exactly what they got the other day, thanks to some comments made by the leading actor of this film, Anthony Mackie. So here is the actual quote. Captain America: Brave New World star Anthony Mackie tells European audience character should not represent America. Yes, Captain America should not represent America is a wild take that I'm sure will go over very well with audiences, especially those in America. Now, for a lot of people, they saw this, and despite some clarifications made by Mackie, they're done. Like, this is too little too late, and they were looking for a reason to not support this film, and they got that thanks to these controversial comments. Now, before we get into these statements made by Mackie, let's talk about this film just for a second. This is one that's been mired in some pretty difficult situations since the jump. So this is a film that's already heavily delayed due to reshoots that have been very costly. Now, Disney's trying to be sneaky with these reshoots and the budget of this film. They're claiming that the budget of the entire film is $180 million. However, according to many different sources, that $180 million is just the cost of the reshoots, and the overall cost of this film is more like $400 to $500 million. And based on industry standards, that would require this film to make well over $1 billion to even have a hope of breaking even at the box office. And the projections for this film are not looking good. So you can see here, Captain America: Brave New World tracking for a promising 90 million plus US box office debut. Now, of course, 90 million is not super promising for a high budget film like this. And to give you some insight here on their opening box office debut, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania made $120 million. So if you're not breaking that, you're probably in very big trouble, especially since the rumored budget of this new Captain America film is somewhat similar to that of Quantumania. But there was some hope recently with this film, and in particular the star, Mackie. He had an interview where he said some very good insights that a lot of people really appreciated. So he said this when asked about what it means to be playing a black Captain America. He said, "I feel like it's just as important for black kids to see a black Captain America as it is for white kids. Growing up, one of my favorite superheroes was Green. It wasn't about race or anything. It was about him being a good guy trying to do the right thing. It's very important for kids of all races to be able to watch something and have someone to look up to no matter what they look like, and see that package come with a good human being as opposed to what they've been perceived as by everyone else." That is an excellent point that a lot of people have been trying to push onto Disney and all of these other people in Hollywood for a very long time. We don't care about the race of characters. What's most important is the quality of the character. That's what people are going to relate to the most. Racial characteristics should not be a focus in hiring. It should be about writing a good character people can relate to based on their characteristics. Unfortunately, this would be affected by future comments made by Mackie that really would kind of dismantle all of this. And like I said earlier, people were looking for a reason to dislike this film. It's no secret that the whole Sam Wilson becoming Captain America arc in the MCU is one that is disliked by some people. They don't really like it. They think it's lazy, and they were looking for a reason to not support this film. And boy, howdy, did they get a reason to not support this film with this interview that recently came out while Mackie was in Europe. And let's give this a quick listen.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations.
Yeah, Captain America should not be representative of America is a hell of a take. But let's let him continue here.
It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. This is kind of like an aspect of a dream coming true.
So you can see he's a lot of uhs and pauses. I think he knew that he misspoke and he had to try to pull something out of his ass to save the situation, but unfortunately, it doesn't really work. But there's a lot to unpack there. Obviously, saying Captain America isn't representative of America is already going to cause a lot of controversy. And also at this point, why even call him Captain America if that's true? Call him Captain Honor, Dignity, and Integrity instead. But what he's saying too can be really taken the wrong way. You can basically say because he's saying Captain America doesn't represent America, instead he represents these values X, Y, and Z, you're really implying that America doesn't have those values, which could really rub someone the wrong way if they're an American. I think that's pretty obvious. But this whole thing is underlined by the fact that Captain America is supposed to be a patriot who loves his country above all else, right? Steve Rogers was a patriot who loved his country. He loved his country. That's why he served. He went to war. That's why he became a super soldier. He's not just there to protect America, but these American values we're talking about. And if Mackie wants to have kind of this global kumbaya, like everyone can relate to Captain America type vibe he's attempting here, I think there was a much better way of saying it. He could have said, okay, Captain America represents America and American values, and here's what they are, X, Y, and Z. However, this set of values is something shared by people all across the world. I think that would have been a lot less controversial of a statement and probably wouldn't even have generated any headlines, but instead, he said it the way that he did, and it seems like he's rejecting this label of America with the character, and it's just an absolute mess. And people are asking, well, why did he say this? Like, what was the point? First of all, I want to say, I think he's a fine actor, and I think he seems like a reasonable person overall. Like, this is the first kind of odd thing that he's said, so I don't really think this reflects horribly upon him like he's an irredeemable person after this. I think some reactions are over the top, but I think just if we're speaking frankly here, this is an actor from Hollywood, and given the current state of America, maybe he's a little bit frustrated about some things. I'm not a mind reader, but based on a lot of things we've seen from people coming out of Hollywood, they tend to lean a certain way politically, and they might be upset about the current state of America. But, looking around at Marvel and the Avengers in general, like, let's not forget, this happened only a few months ago. In case you missed this, you had a group of Avengers stars basically making the Reddit Avengers here, trying to implore you to go out and vote for Kamala Harris to basically save the world at the side of the Avengers here and be a hero. Like, this was some crazy stuff, and let's give it a quick listen.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hey, Scarlett.
Jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling. I said assembling.
Don, that's pretty good.
No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
How about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing.
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh,
Not you, Robert
yes.
Downey Jr. Well, you saw Chris Evans in there, ironically enough, Captain America. But yeah, you can see even the Avengers couldn't save that campaign. And on top of that, nothing rubs people the wrong way more than Hollywood elite telling them how to think and who to vote for. This rubbed people like the worst way imaginable, especially this whole thing. You got these millionaires sitting in like a Skype call from the 2020 quarantine era. Like it just rubbed people the wrong way and legitimately damaged the campaign, by the way. And I look at it this way, like, you might be disappointed by the people showing up for this whatever this is supposed to be, but also look at the people who didn't show up, which includes Mackie, by the way. But I share this to instill upon you that people are tired of these Hollywood elite trying to share impose their will upon you, tell you what to think and what to do, and also continuously shit on America. We've seen this with film after film after film. And some people may have interpreted what Mackie was doing as just that. And they had a very visceral response to that where they just wanted to drop this immediately. And also, let's not be ignorant to the times right now. Not only people are tired of Hollywood elite telling them what to do, but also there's a horrible sense of timing here with a big rise in patriotism in the United States right now, whether you like that result or not. I think it's a very obvious thing to observe here. So this was just really bad timing, and it would result in some clarifications from Anthony Mackie, and I don't think that's too surprising because the reaction to this was swift and severe. His comments about Captain America went viral instantly, and I guess a good sign is they jumped on this real quick. I would imagine Disney had something to do with this. I think they jumped on this like a grenade because this was only making a bad situation worse. So we would get some clarifications from Anthony Mackie through this post right here, a screenshot, and it would say this: "Let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served in our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to," which is seemingly like what I was saying earlier. If he was trying to make this more universal appeal to the character or from the character, this is a better way of saying it, but I still think he's kind of tiptoeing around the comments that he made. It's kind of unfortunate because on the one hand, he made his comments about characters and their characteristics being the most important thing over race or anything like that. But then you have the comments about Captain America not representing America, and it really set people a lot back here, and they were just not happy with how this was all panning out. And a lot of people, like I said, they were rejecting this whole thing. And it's an unfortunate situation where you want some good films. Like, everyone wants to crap on Marvel and Disney, but like, I think everyone wants these films to do well, and unfortunately, it's just box office bomb after box office bomb, and this one's not looking too promising. Captain America Brave New World is just, it's not looking the greatest right now, and these comments really accelerated a lot of the hesitancy people have about this film and anything attached to the MCU at this point. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.